Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Wednesday, the 28th of June, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, IWPS locks out JLPS, and in our feature for this evening, NBA star with Nivision roots comes home. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From Wetfest to Footfield, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass, 49 years of mass.
Well, I'm back, and we start with basketball. The game 3 of the best of 5 series between Keon Lions and the Youth and Sports Eagles, which was scheduled to be played in Nevis last evening, was postponed. Basketball fans on Nevis were eagerly anticipating the clash between the two top teams in the St. Kitts Nevis Basketball Association A Division Finals, but the news came through during the course of Tuesday afternoon that the match was postponed. It is understood that plans are afoot to have the match played either this evening or Thursday evening. An update should be received shortly. Now to cricket. As the Runaka Morton TDC Primary School's cricket tournament continued, the Ivor Walters Primary School IWPS engaged the Joycelyn Libert Primary School JLPS at the Eaty Willett Park on Monday, 26 June. It was a much anticipated clash as both teams were yet to get on the points table. JLPS batted first and were immediately in trouble, losing wickets at regular intervals. At the end of their allotted 10 overs, they could only muster 38 runs. The IWPS team, after an early stutter, stormed home in just 5 overs for the loss of 2 wickets. Summarized scores: JLPS 38 for 7 in 10 overs, Ryan Marsham 8, Andrew Elliott 6, and they were all of 14 extras. Ajari Cornelius bagged 3 for 10, Jarion Bramble 2 for 3. Ivor Walters in response, 39 for 2 in 5 overs, Ajari Cornelius 15 not out, and they were all of 15 extras. Tyrese Freeman picked up 1 for none, Ryan Marsham 1 for 17. Ivor Walters Primary won by 8 wickets. The man of the match, Ajari Cornelius. Today should have been a historic day in the tournament, as the first game of the day was scheduled to be played at the Zion Cricket Field, first time ever. That match, scheduled for 10 a.m., should have been between St. Thomas's Primary and Joycelyn Libert Primary. This afternoon's game was expected to draw a bumper crowd to the Eaty Willett Park, as it was scheduled for 3:30 p.m. That is when the two teams at the top of the table were set to face off, Charlestown Primary and VOJN Primary. The match was fixtured towards the end of the workday so that parents and other cricket fans could witness the game. The remaining preliminary matches will be played at the Eaty Willett Park as follows. Tomorrow, Thursday the 29th June, IWPS versus STPS, and Friday the 30th June, VOJN versus STPS. Both games would be played in the morning. The grand final is supposed to be scheduled for sometime next week, when the two top teams from the preliminary rounds will face off. Well, let's get a bit of that game. IWPS versus JLPS.
Hold on. Well, we're about to have the matchup between Joycelyn Libert Primary and the Ivor Walters Primary School. Two captains are here. Libert is about to toss.
Heads.
Heads is the call. Tails it is. It means that you have won the toss. What are you planning to do?
I'm planning to bat first.
Is there any reason why you want to bat first?
Pitch like a good pitch to bat.
Okay, Joycelyn Libert hasn't been doing too well so far. What are the plans for today? Plan to do a lot better?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. Ivor Walters, had you won the toss, what would you have done?
I would have bat first too.
Bat first too.
Yeah.
Now you have to bowl. You think you have a chance to bowl them out for a small score?
Yeah.
Now, some people call this the bottom of the table clash. They say these are the two weaker teams. What do you think about that? You think you're the two weaker teams? Or the, no.
Just mistaking it.
Just mistaken. All right. Well, we're looking forward to a good game. All the best, guys.
Yeah.
Well, the game is about to start. It's Ivor Walters coming up against Joyson Labour Primary. And the Joyson Labour Primary batting first. Having won the toss, it's a bit of a clash of the bottom of the table clash, really. And so it should be a pretty interesting game. First over, here goes Bowles, and that's swung away. Down the hill he goes. The man is racing across. Can he pull it in? He does. That's good bit of feeling there. But a poor return. He didn't try to get it up to the keeper. He just hit it, throw it into the ground, and it bounced up towards the keeper. They could have tried for a second. But that was a good shot. Good bit of fielding as well. So good start. Action looks just a little suspect, I would say. But let's see if he can get that arm a little straighter. Here goes Bowles. He's punching it into the offside. Backward of point. The man is racing in off the boundary. Feels it well. Hesitates in the return, but finally gets it in. It's another single. So one more to the total. Joyson Labour Primary. Starting off on a positive note. So here he goes. Moves in once more to Bowles. Bowles, he's coming forward. Pushes it into the offside. The bowler rushes across and stops it. So Labour back in strike. He's the captain of this Joyson Labour Primary School team. Here he goes, Bowles. He's swinging bold. Oh, he had a heave. His head was in the air. The off stump leans back like a masquerade doing the limbo. And he's bowled neck and crop. Timber here at the ETW. Labour, the captain, goes, lifting his head, going for the big heave, missing it comprehensively and bowled. Well, one wicket gone for Joyson Labour Primary. 2 for 1 the score as he bowls. He's smashing at that. He goes straight to the keeper who doesn't hold it well, but recovers quickly. They can't score. So here he goes once more. Moving in now to bowl to the number 3 batsman. He's coming forward. There's a loud appeal, but I think there was a little bat into pad. And so that effectively ends over number 1. The score, based on my reckoning here, is 2 for the loss of 1. Joyson Labour batting first. So this is going to be Cornelius to bowl the second over. Moves in now to bowl. He's slamming this one down towards mid-on. Fielder misfields badly, taking his eyes off the ball. And also misfielded by the man coming around from long off. And they should be looking for another one here. The bowler didn't hold on to it either. So 3 for the loss of 1. Joyson Labour Primary. So it's going to be Cornelius once more. And here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's slamming at that. Misses the shot. The keeper doesn't hold it, but didn't go past him either. So they can't score. So Cornelius it is. Coming in from the Bath Hotel end. Here goes Cornelius. Moves in now to bowl. He's hitting it in the air. Cornelius is coming across. Oh, he doesn't do well. He was reaching for it. But maybe instead of coming forward initially, he should have been going back. And to his right, he was rushing forward. And then he had to reach over his head. That's a wide, or maybe he touched the pad. It came down to the man at long leg, who feels it and gets it in to the keeper. Cornelius it is from the Bath Hotel end. Moves in now to bowl. He's sitting that one that's close. He's gone. He has sent him on his way. hit him on the back foot, and once it hit him on that back foot, I suspected it would have been a lot of trouble for him because it looked pretty adjacent from here. And so he marches back, and that's another wicket for Joycelyn Leopard Primary. New man at the crease. And one of the things I've observed, a lot of these guys don't even take a guard. Well, he looks as if he means business, swinging viciously at the first delivery. So, was trying to tug it from outside the off stump. Here goes Cornelius, moves in now to bowl. Again, that's a tug, trying to tug it from outside the off stump. White signal by the umpire. So it looks as if he has no intention of playing straight. That should have been pushed through the offside, really. If you're going to attempt a shot, and it was still pretty wide, he just could have left it. So here goes Cornelius, moves in now to bowl. He's swinging at that. There's an appeal. Cornelius not showing any interest really in the appeal. And he was struck on the foot, seems to be in some pain. And that would effectively end the over. So it's a new bowler into the attack. And he'll be bowling now. Lama, I think that's the name I'm hearing. Moves in now to bowl. He at least is bringing over his hand. And that one is wide. And once they're getting that arm right over, I think there's promise. You can work with them. Here he goes now. Definitely a little tweak on it as well. Keeper doesn't do well, down on all fours, and it still goes past him. Let's see what the umpire will signal. I believe, well, there's no signal. I don't think he touched it. I've been seeing this quite often. And buys, I believe, being attributed to the batsman once there's no signal. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Again, nice little delivery, punched into the offside. The fielder has to go a long way to his left. And a single. So he has a nice little action, and seems as if he has a little bit of a wrist turn into it, almost as if he's bowling a leg break. That's it. Quietly forward he comes. That's a good delivery. And nice ball, that. Nice delivery. Pushed into the offside tentatively. So here he goes once more. Definitely someone you could work with. As he bowls too short that time, but poor shot selection. He was trying to tug it from way outside the off stump. Got an edge onto it, went past the keeper, and they got one more. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. That's a good delivery once more. He punches it. Thinking about the single, but fielder is too close. That was a good delivery, useful delivery. That almost as if he's bowling leg breaks. A little tweak of the wrist, a little tweak of the fingers at the last moment. He has a good grip on it too, making sure somebody has been working with him. You could see that, making sure he has a proper grip on the ball. Drags it down this time. Too short. Can the fielder pull it in? Moves across to his left, and thought about throwing it in. Coach Harvey says hold it, so he holds on to it. That ends the over. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Swung away. That's going to run pretty close to the boundary. The fielder is coming across. Can he pull it in? He stops it well. And only a single. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. He's swinging that one into mid-wicket. The man is deep. He comes across. Somebody's asking for two. But the batsmen are just getting home. So they settle very early for one. So that's another aspect of the cricket that needs a lot of work. This running between the creases. We have seen too many teams, when they get one, they settle, they're anchored, not looking for the second. Here goes, he's swinging at that really early. The ball was a lot slower, and he just swung. By the time the shot was completed, the ball wasn't theirs yet. Went through to the keeper. So moves in once more to bowl. Swings into that, hits it down to but well, pass mid off. Long off is coming in. And the single is on. So one more to the total. So it was a man at extra cover shadowing it. Man at long off cleaned up. He's turning it into the onside. The fielder is deep on the square leg boundary and they collect one very easily. Again, slow off the mark. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Loops it up. He's swinging it from outside the half stump. Is there a misfield? No. And they've settled again. Very early for one. So one more to the total. Ends the over. Well, the Joycelyn Library Primary School has just sent out a message. Being relayed now by the other batsman who got the message. And let's see if that changes anything in the running between the creases or the actual trying to push on with the scoring. Let's see what happens. Well, it's one of the twins from the Ivor Walters team. Both of them have bowled so far. That's a good delivery. Swung into the onside. And he's racing across his Cornelius. I say that loosely, racing Cornelius. Picks it up. They get a single. So here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. He's tugging this one into the onside. Cornelius is coming across. And the batsman again in park. And no, this could be trouble here. This could be trouble here. He's going to be run out. He's going to be run out. Let's see what Laborde says. Laborde says yes. Looks as if he was going to say no initially, Laborde. And then after a long hesitation, it's as if he went downtown and spoke to the judge and came back and then said, "You're on your way, youngster." So the Joycelyn Library team is off to a rocky start. And unless Ivor Walters has a similar start, this game looks very one-sided for the moment. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl. Full toss down the leg side, wide, and they should have been looking for the extra run there. Again, the batsman not very keen on crossing to the other crease. And that's one of the aspects of the game that has been very lacking in this primary school competition so far. So here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Down the leg side, that's a wide. Hakeem Harvey is insisting that he came off the pad, but not from here. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Shorter. He's tugging it into the onside. Cornelius is across. Doesn't pick it up there. He falls down in the pitch, but he gets back. So here he goes once more. Moving in now to bowl. Down the leg side. That's another wide. So the extras, they all add up, and that's another aspect of this primary school cricket competition. There have been a lot of extras given away. Balls, he's having a swing at that, comes off the edge and goes down towards third man. Long leg comes across and picks it up, but one more to the total. Kian Pemberton verifying that there is one more delivery remaining in the over. Ball actually running back to his mark. So feel that mid-on is relaxed. He's actually stooping. He hasn't moved yet. The ball is being bowled. The ball was bowled and he hasn't moved as yet. and good effort there. But this fielder hasn't moved an inch. Well, he moves now that the over is over. Well.
We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Sweet festival time. People coming to join the line. They feel like dancing. They feel like dancing. Wow. Marco Joe is on the big drum. With the guns jumping around. They feel like dancing. They feel like dancing. All through the streets of town. And in every session. They feel like dancing. They feel like dancing. All of this time of the year. People jamming everywhere. Watch the troops have gone up there. And the rebels them up there. Put your flags them in the air. And wave them everywhere. Show the world that you don't care. Hey, so let me
Come and join us for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Nevis Culturama.
soca music in my head. Let me jam.
Well, I'm back, and tonight we feature basketball. NBA professional basketballer for the Brooklyn Nets, Nicholas Claxton, who has Nevisian roots, is indeed in Nevis and assisting young basketballers on the island. Let's take in this.
Well, Carl Claxton would never be an NBA star, but he happens to carry the surname Claxton. And this gentleman is a Claxton, and apparently his dad is from Nevis. So we're trying to join the dots. Could you join the dots for us, Carl?
Yes, I can join the dots.
Hey guys, listen up. Hold the ball.
Okay. Yes, I can join the dots, really.
Listen up.
Nicholas is really the great grandson of
All right, you don't pay attention, you can't succeed.
Arrington Wade.
So I said, hold the ball.
Arrington Wade, who is
Right, sir?
Sylvie Wade, which is Nicholas's grandmother. They're really Claxtons, but they got the Wade name. They're carrying the Wade names. So you find like Malcolm Ramsey, Noel Wade, Black Hat, those people, Watusi,
Get off the court.
Eston
You're
Liburd,
participating.
Troy Liburd,
Correct?
Sunder Liburd.
All right.
They're really Claxton. But there was a mix a long time ago, right? So there's some of the family that carries the surname Liburd or Wade, but they're really Claxton. I'm an original Claxton. My grandfather, who is Francis Claxton, are first cousins to Arrington. My grandfather, Francis Claxton, his mother is the brother to Nicholas and what's his name, Arrington Wade, mother. So his brother and sister child. So the Claxton came from there.
So the dad was born in what village? Bad Village?
Oh, the son and all was born in Bad Village. He's a Bad Villager.
So the son was actually born in Nevis?
No, he was not born in Nevis, but I have to take everything from Bad Village. You know, I'm a bad man.
But the dad definitely was born in Bad Village.
No, the dad was born in St. Thomas.
Oh, in St. Thomas.
Yeah. And then you know Brian and Gary Claxton? It's a sort of mix-up. The dad's side of him is Gary and Brian Claxton as well. And there's a Claxton again with me.
Okay.
So there's somewhat of a connection, but I can't speak to it on the mic.
But you and what's his name? Nicholas. Would be cousins.
We are cousins.
Okay.
I can't leave out the minister. The minister too is our cousin.
Troy Liburd.
Troy Liburd is our cousin.
Okay. All right.
So that's the connection.
Okay.
And you could ask Troy about where the idea was conceived.
Thanks a lot. So we actually have it. actually having some action on the court. Dad and son actually dictating traffic or directing traffic here in terms of coaching the youngsters.
that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.